Hey everybody. So I thought we would have a little talk about something different today. Some of you guys were saying you wanted to talk about P. Diddy, and it is it is very interesting. You can go down quite the rabbit hole looking into the P. Diddy situation for sure. It's very, very interesting. And looking back at certain things in the past, like I don't know how people didn't see the signs, or I don't know. It's crazy. Hey, Jenny. Oh my gosh, are you a double wiener today? Oh my gosh. DP. What? She was the wiener over on the other channel earlier too. Wiener hog. Hey, Suzanne and Country Girl. It's good to see you, Country Girl. You were in. You were gone for kind of a while. There's some of you also. Sheba is kind of not around much these days. Hey, Pentinton. Hey, Crazy Mom. Robin. Hubs. Why'd I say it like that? Can't have enough wiener. Listening from Tucson, Arizona. Cool. Hey, Pink Phoenix. So I don't know how many people will really hang out for this, but hey, it's interesting. Really, truly is. Let's start out like right away looking back at this video of 14 years ago. I told you guys I produced a song for Diddy and I wanted to show it to him, and you got his attention. Best fans in the world. Well, this past weekend I spent 48 hours with Diddy and had some fun. Here is some of the action. Thanks for the car puff. Ha ha. Justin Bieber is a 15-year-old small town kid from Stratford, Ontario, who posted videos on YouTube for fun and was discovered at 13. Is now living a dream he never thought possible. Okay, so this is November 9th, 2009. November 9th, 2009. And so he would be, I guess, 15 at the time. Wow. And he went and stayed with Puff Daddy for a weekend by himself, I guess. Hold on. Watch this.
Not yet.
No.
Right,
No.
16.
No,
16.
wait. Slow down. Let's slow down, Jess.
Okay.
So this guy was, you guys got it. You have to wonder what kind of things Biebur went through. Like what things that he must have experienced with this dude. Hey, Rachel. But so he's getting a car for him. You know, Biebur goes to stay with him for a weekend. I think it was. I watched something about this the other day, but like that's, I don't know. Just like Usher also. Did you guys know that Usher had, or that P. Diddy had custody over Usher for a short time or something like that? P. Diddy, Usher. Oh, yeah. What about this? This was weird.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to.
Yeah. So this was real strange. There's also like a lot of Puff Daddy was really drunk in this, and this is Kevin Hart, and Kevin Hart's now under like some scrutiny too for his relationship or friendship with P. Diddy, and he's kind of might be involved in some like not so good things. Hey, Mama T. Slim Shady says P. Diddy is a demon. Wow. Yeah. You'll have to see how he treats Usher here in a second in this clip.
Thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it. You did.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, just let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even.
There's supposedly rumors about them two messing around. He recorded a dildo on a bed with Diddy having a hotel party. He recorded a dildo on a bed with Diddy having a hotel party? What?
Like, I don't want it to come close to the bed at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane.
Hey.
Fresh off the guard stage. That's my brother.
It's also rumored that Usher got herpes from Diddy now. But allegedly, I don't know. Anyways, he's going to say something really strange here now to Usher, and Usher lived with Diddy when he was like, I guess from what I'm hearing, they tried to say it was like 13 or something like that. But really, I guess it was all as early as 10 years old or 10 or 11 years old. 11 years old, and Diddy was 19.
Right here from day one, we used to wake up and, pause, but like that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the frosted flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the frosted flakes because he used to always get up early.
I remember age here. Diddy was a lot older than if Usher was 10. From what I hear, there's a 9-year age difference. I don't know. Who knows what he was, what kind of...
Yo, what the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's going to acknowledge this but me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the frosted flakes. And we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was fucking stupid. Listen.
We're having a good time, yo. Your Usher made it in the... Hey, yo.
Oh, man. See, what was it? The other thing I was gonna... There was something I was just thinking I want you guys to see. Yes, it is. Pen 1010. The young ones go to Diddy to get broken in. Yeah, he has some kind of weird... Oh, yeah, the Howard Stern. Howard Stern. Usher interview, P. Diddy. So listen to this.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
camp.
what it was called. And you're...
He went as a kid. His parents sent him they sent him to this place as a kid.
You're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
in the 90s. Do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Right.
And I saw it. And it was but I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I didn't say that.
Okay.
I didn't say that. What I did say is that there were very curious things taking place. And I didn't necessarily understand it.
Biggie.
At 13 years old, he's staying over at P. Diddy's. Yeah, Diddy ruined Bieber's life. Yeah, I am really curious the type of stuff that Justin went through.
Biggie Smalls was there.
Biggie Smalls was there. Lil' Kim, Craig Mack.
All these people are hanging around.
Yeah, man. Faith Evans,
And your parents
Jodeci,
were
Mary
okay?
J. Blige. They didn't know nothing about this shit.
Oh.
I was having a good time. You know what I mean?
Does he have you doing any chores? Are you doing dishes at all? I mean, to keep you humble somewhat? Or are you just like, can you stay up till 4 a.m. with them and party?
I mean, I could. I actually stayed up longer than them.
And do you have money? What's going on?
I mean, I had like per diem.
Yeah.
I had like,
What
like
a
a living.
life.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy camp?
Hell no.
See?
Hell no, he says. Wasn't Clive Davis Whitney Houston's manager? Yes, and he had her unalived. Wow. Let me go to my channel. History. Because I had seen oh yeah, this one. Watch this.
I get paid $25 an hour working from home just to answer messages on my cell phone.
Busta Rhymes is another one, I guess.
They call them fun boys. They say we gotta have some fun boys in the section for Busta. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope.
So when I walk across the street to the crowd, I'm walking through the crowd and somebody grabs my hand. Just softly put their hand in my hand and just holding it. So I look, and I see this big chain that said flip mode. Just diamonds iced out. I look at the chain and I know what flip mode is, so I look up. Now all this happening in split seconds. I look up and it's Busta Rhymes.
If Busta ever try to film me, hit you with no lanes to what you're saying, yo. Should have with that 9 million, but the killer, yo. Yeah, I can get.
I met 50 Cent one time. I met 50 Cent one time in the mall at Indianapolis at Gold's Gym. I was going there to tan, and I had a friend that worked there, and it was all gated off. I just walked around the gates. I didn't understand what was going on because I mean, the people knew me there, so I just walked around, and I was like, "What's going on?" And like, I had no idea at the time who 50 Cent really, I mean, he was brand new. I mean, this would have been when he was very first, like, came out with that birthday song. And he was having a concert that night with Snoop Dogg. And he was working out, and he was like literally within feet from me. Pumping weights or whatever, or lifting weights. And I was like, oh, he was like this huge dude. I didn't know what the dude looked like at the time, really. But that was like just at the very, very, very beginning. In order to become famous, they have to sit down with Diddy and sacrifice a loved one and sell their souls. 1990, Snoop Dogg sang at P. Diddy pool party. It was filmed. Triple X rated movie. It's hard to find. Look it up. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Bandit, what are you doing? Come here. Hey, Shannon. Yeah, the parents of these kids want the money. For sure. But at least 50 Cent kept his integrity, you know? He talks about, I think later on this video too, about how Diddy tried to take him shopping and stuff, and and he talks about how he was really offended because it made him feel like a woman or something, like he was treating him like a woman or something.
Better not play with me. I will and perform Busta Rhymes show.
Not Busta Rhymes getting exposed as a super zest monster. And listen, those are his bodyguard's words, not mine.
I've seen you talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Oh, yeah.
Some of your videos.
Oh, yeah. Super zest monster.
So, apparently, Busta Rhymes is going viral after a former bodyguard spilled the beans, claiming Busta made some seriously strange requests about young men in his VIP club section. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. See, Orlando Brown is out here alleging that Busta is one of the many DL rappers who turned him out. And now, on top of this, 50 Cent has also chimed in, throwing not so subtle hints about Busta's secret lifestyle. And now, on top of all that, a bunch of men are stepping into the spotlight, sharing their own stories about how Busta allegedly made inappropriate advances and tried to get them to party with him.
Through this part.
But let's get real for a second. This isn't just about their
Let's fast forward to Wendy
lifestyle.
Williams.
Oh, why aren't they texting me back? Are they mad at me? Do they not like me anymore? I'm scared to ask for reassurance and fear that I'm going to.
Wendy exposed the so-called homo thugs.
We come from a very homosexual era of hip hop as well. There was a radio personality once upon a time. Her name was Wendy Williams, and she was practically burned at the stake for talking about such. And now it's all come full circle. There were many situations, none of which to talk about, but there were many situations back in the day in my career, and it's all coming full circle now. So
word on the street is that back in the day, Wendy Williams had an entire list of rappers who were on the DL, and she would have people call into her show to spill all the scandalous details about their encounters with these rappers. And guess whose name allegedly made that infamous list? None other than Busta Rhymes. One time, a man reportedly called into Wendy's show and claimed that Busta punched him in the face right after he got down on his knees for Busta. But that's not all. The caller claimed that Busta told him.
So I guess this Busta Rhymes is very, very like deviant. Like oh my gosh. I think because of his embarrassment of his sexuality, I'll probably fast forward through a lot of what I was wanting to talk about Puff Daddy, but this is or P. Diddy. He has lots of different names, but this is also goes right along with the P. Diddy stuff. Chris says to tell everyone hi. Well, hi, Chris. Orlando, another one. Orlando, yeah, that guy, he talks, I think on this video, he just calls out a whole bunch of people. Just puts them all on blast. He's like, I slept with this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. Terrence Howard was on there. Who else was on there that is I think obviously it was pretty sure, obviously, Diddy. I think he said Diddy. He said a bunch. I'm afraid to say the wrong thing, so.
Receipts to back it up. However, when Diddy heard Wendy had a photo of him with another man, he reportedly got Wendy fired from Hot 97 and practically chased her out of New York, forcing her to find work in Philadelphia.
When she put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down and it looked like some gay act that was going on, he got on the phone. He said, let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on the radio station, he's talking to a radio executive. He said the same thing to he said, nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know is going to do anything with y'all. No business at all. It ain't going to be no artist, no nothing gonna come. He's telling people that at a radio station. When we got back to New York City, Wendy Williams was in Philly at a new station. Wow. That's the power he had.
By the way, Jaguar Wright also recently pointed out that Wendy Williams was the first one to call out Diddy and his fellow homo thugs in the industry.
Shout out to Wendy Williams, the first woman.
It's funny too.
To uncover the homo thugs. That's what these down low bitches was called when Wendy first started talking about it in the 90s. The homo thug. She's talking about Diddy.
And then what's the stuff that's happening to Wendy Williams? You think this is all connection to?
Of course. They've been waiting. He's been waiting. He was waiting for Kim.
Kim Porter.
Remember? He was waiting. The casket was ready. She was literally casket ready.
And allegedly, this is the reason why Busta Rhymes and Diddy developed such a close friendship. Word on the street is they had a lot in common, with some sources even claiming they allegedly shared young men with each other. Sure, now that Diddy is facing a federal investigation, Busta has distanced himself from him. However, it's a known fact they were close for years, going all the way back to the 90s. Here's a very happy-looking Busta hanging out with Diddy, J-Lo, Aaliyah.
That's what so there's Aaliyah right in the middle, behind him in the red shirt. The red shirt is P. Diddy. There's Jennifer Lopez, the right of Ashanti, right there, the one of the only white chicks. Well, that one is that the one on the bottom right? Is that Busta? Hype Williams. Or which one's Hype Williams? Anyways, they unalived Aaliyah too. Yeah, that whole thing with her. I wish I could find my senior book. Because as my favorite song, it was Are You That Somebody by Aaliyah. It was my favorite song. I loved Aaliyah. Always Justin Bieber and Wendy's eyes crossed because of P. Diddy's secret drug.
Williams, and a bunch of other industry faces. And here's Busta with Diddy and his former BFF Jay-Z. Or how about this photo of Diddy looking like he wants to eat Busta, literally. And let's not forget that Busta was hanging out with Diddy and praising him as recently as September.
E-com store owners, what would you do if your merchant account gets frozen out of the blue? Some more.
September 2000.
This is the father of the joint venture deals, the label deals, that's right, the production deals. That's right. This is the father. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Big up Dallas Austin because he pulled this all up. But when he did it, it was the complete shift.
Now, going back to what Jaguar Wright said about Wendy Williams exposing homo thugs, the reason she called them this is that they weren't just gay and on the DL, but they allegedly used intimidation tactics and physical violence against anyone who dared to speak on their secret lifestyle.
Wow.
Not only that, but both Diddy and Busta Rhymes have a long track record of getting physical with both women and men and taking out their anger on those they know won't hit them back. Busta's disturbing history of legal drama started back in 2006 when he allegedly attacked a man for spitting on his car. Later that year, prosecutors tried to nail Busta for possession of a weapon in the same incident, and according to Billboard, they claimed he had a whole machete in his vehicle. Fast forward to 2007, and Busta was back in hot. Another thing Busta and Diddy allegedly have in common is their taste for much younger men. In fact, according to Busta's former bodyguard, Big Homie CC, Busta would regularly send his entourage to find young, hot men and bring them to his VIP section in the club. Big Homie CC recently set the internet ablaze with his appearance on The Art of Dialogue when he boldly called Busta a super zest monster and dished on all the juicy details of what Busta was allegedly up to with young men back in the day.
Oh my God.
According to Big Homie, this has been an open secret in the industry for years.
Yeah. Super zest monster. For sure, bro. That's my thing, bro. Like, this has been common knowledge, though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, you know, we got to bring some we got to bring some, what they call them, I'm not going to say it over here. They call them fun boys. They'll say we got to have some fun boys in the section for Busta. So, you know, I bodyguarded for Ghostface Killer before. You feel me? And being around him, you hear things. You feel me? I'm like, damn. And my auntie like the biggest Busta Rhymes fan. You feel me? Like, every cookout she playing it. All his little fast rapping, all of that, him and Craig Mack playing that.
Big Homie then dished about one particularly wild night when Busta spotted him in the club with actor and model Don Benjamin, along with one of Don's friends who happened to be a gay man. When Busta laid eyes on this man, he reportedly went straight into action. According to Big Homie, Busta practically lunged at the guy, pulling him into his VIP section and ensuring he didn't leave. Big Homie described how Busta was all over this guy, making sure he stayed close and didn't wander off. According to Big Homie,
So he likes the pretty boys then. So he likes the pretty boys we've established. Now this guy, yeah, just one of them. Now the guy, this Don Benjamin or whoever he was America's Next Top Model. I don't know if he was a winner. I think he was a winner of one of them. And he's actually supposedly supposed to be straight. He has a wife and a kid and kids. Because I looked him up. Katt Williams used to sleep with a bulletproof vest every night when he. Wow, Rachel, that's crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna play some of that too. What Katt Williams has said.
it wasn't a one-off incident, but a regular occurrence whenever Busta hit the clubs. Apparently, everyone who mattered knew the drill. Find the hottest men and bring them to Busta's section. Because once he had his sight set, he was relentless.
Bro, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin. You familiar with him?
No, I never heard of him.
Model dude, like a model guy. He be doing like some rapping and stuff. His name Don Benjamin. I'm out with Don Benjamin. And the club we ended up going to, Busta Rhymes in there.
This isn't a hard drive. This little box does so much more. Amber X is a personal.
So it was a little lawyer guy that was with us. And the little lawyer guy we was with, you know, he was a gay dude, super cool, good guy. Bro, Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad. Like, what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope, and tucked him off in the corner. So I'm looking like, well, he ain't come with us. Well, I know he was in the little group. So if I go out with somebody, like a group of people, I try to make sure everybody get there together and leave together. No, he stayed with them. He stayed in there with them, bro. For sure, bro. You ain't never heard about this before, have you? Bro, this is common knowledge, bro. Like, if you in the mix, bro. If you in the mix, like I've been in the mix, you know this.
Big Homie also recalled hearing Busta say that this man looked cute, and Busta just wouldn't let him leave his section.
So I hear somebody say, oh, he's cute, I want him. So when I heard that, I turned around like, man, did he just say that? He's doing all this jewelry to attract some men in here? You wild. Shocked me. But sure enough.
And that was the guy that Busta Rhymes pulled back?
He pulled him into the section. Pulled him into the section, then they walled him off like this man. I'm like, damn. And that little dude was so happy. He couldn't believe that. He was shocked.
According to Big Homie, he's known what Busta is all about for over a decade. When asked why no one else in the industry spoke up about it, Big Homie said that's because they want to be in that VIP section with Busta. Big Homie also pointed out something that doesn't get talked about enough: how Busta allegedly has a long track record of lashing out at women. According to Big Homie, it sounds like Busta
Speaks up on it or says anything.
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matter most of
New York City, you know, going to a club. It was Halloween weekend, you know, everybody was out, and it was this party we was going to. Me, my boy, and his friend that had came in from Detroit. And I'm walking across the street, and Busta Rhymes just grabbed my hand. And he holding my hand. Now, I ain't know it was Busta at first. You know, Busta Rhymes tall. I'm sure I came up to about right here. So the first thing I noticed was this big ass flip mode chain that was blinding me. So I look at the chain and I'm like, and I look up, I'm like, oh, what's up, Busta? What's up? Now he holding my hand the whole time. I'm like, what's up, man? He like, what you doing? And I was like, oh, me and my people, we about to go to this club around the corner. What's up, man? You know, and then I noticed throughout my peripheral vision, the side eye, this big bodyguard in black, just standing there, you know, looking around, you know, looked at me, you know, still looking around. Meanwhile, Busta still got my hand in his hand.
Trip Ali said Busta invited him to come to his VIP section in a club, and Trip got excited thinking it would just be a regular party.
And he says, you know, I'm about to go in this club. You know, we got a section, you know, you can come in with me.
That will make you buckle, bro. To make you buckle, bro.
This is a guy.
People done lost their families, bro. People done lost their kids, and people.
This guy outed a bunch of rappers and stuff, but a lot of people don't take him serious because he does have like mental problems and drug issues. So a lot of people weren't taking him seriously. But this is a guy who he was a rapper at one time, I believe, and secretly he was gay. And I think he like kind of kept it on the DL basically for a long time. But now he's out, and he's outed a lot of people with him.
Wow, a lot of stuff that happened.
The record labels are taking life insurance policies out on rappers. Mainly because it's more dangerous for rappers now.
I mean, this is a touchy subject. I just, you know,
if you use a trending sound on Instagram, that's not the only thing that Instagram is actually looking at. In addition to that, they want...
I'll give you this. You can willingly turn woman and have a bag, or you can do what I'm doing. You can willingly turn trans, or you can get in trouble and go to jail and get up, and they do it to you forcefully because you're up and you didn't know what to do with your blessing.
Back then, most people just chuckled at Orlando's comments, treating them like an ongoing joke about Diddy possibly being on the down low. But now, with all these troubling accusations swirling around Diddy, perspectives are definitely shifting. People are starting to say that maybe Orlando isn't as off his rocker as everyone thought. When the bombshell headlines about Diddy's alleged crimes dropped back in November, Cam Capone wasted no time and invited Orlando back for another chat on their channel. This time, they revisited Orlando's viral comments about Diddy from the previous year and even brought up 50 Cent's wild story about Diddy trying to take him shopping. Here's how Orlando reacted to these questions about Diddy.
One of the big things that made its rounds all over the internet, went completely viral, was some things you had to say about Diddy.
Oh, yeah.
And there was also, shortly after that, there was an old video that was kind of going viral. And it was 50 Cent, and where he says he was at a party with Diddy. And he was mad at Diddy because Diddy offered to take him shopping. And he felt like that was only something like you would do for a female.
He's a nice guy.
People are convinced that Orlando is purposefully mixing truth with what seems like nonsense, perhaps to protect himself. They believe he may be using his eccentric behavior as a shield while subtly revealing real information. On the other hand, there are those who argue that Orlando's mental health challenges don't discredit his claims. They suggest that his struggles could stem from traumatic experiences in the industry, and his outspokenness might be his way of coping or seeking justice. And Orlando isn't finished yet with spilling the tea. Just recently, he went viral again, claiming he slept with multiple men in the industry. Not just Diddy, but also dropping names like Busta Rhymes and a whole bunch of others.
Oh, yeah.
Made love.
Made love.
Who you made love with?
Diddy, Bow Wow, Busta Rhymes.
You just told me you seen Busta in the airport too. That motherfucker tried to act like he didn't know you. You smashed Drake?
No, I never smashed.
Oh, you made love to Drake.
He claims he slept with Drake, dude. Drake, Bow Wow.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard.
Terrence Howard. Usher.
Usher. Usher's an Usher. Oh man, we all know all these guys have herpes things. We know Usher does, allegedly. And it's rumored now that he got it from Diddy. What about Usher? He said he's saying he slept with Usher.
Why you not having no hoes?
I'm telling you, bro. It's my dad's friends. My dad sent his baddest friends on me.
Who's your dad?
Lucifer.
While most people don't typically take Orlando seriously when he makes these types of claims, there have been recent interviews where he appears more lucid. In these instances, if you read between the lines, Orlando seems to be making a lot of sense. 50 Cent trolls Busta, with all these rumors and allegations swirling around Busta Rhymes. You already know 50 Cent would have something to say about it. 50, who is preparing to hit the stage with Busta at the upcoming Humor and Harmony Comedy Festival.
See what else? Stop. Chill. This one.
Somebody come to tell me.
Katt Williams is spilling more tea on Diddy, and now it's about his alleged freak-off with Kevin Hart. Yeah, and 50 Cent is backing it all up. These two are out for Diddy's neck, and they're not going to stop until they bring him down. Katt's vibe has always been to keep it real and not sugarcoat the shady stuff the entertainment world tries to cover up.
He is hilarious. You know who I love also that reminds me of him? Like one of my favorite rappers ever, which many of you guys will already know, is Busy Bone. Busy Bone acts like that kind of old school pimp, like he has that like kind of old school pimp like swag or whatever. It comes off kind of feminine, but I don't know. They both claim to be straight. I think he's supposed to be straight, but Katt Williams claims, I think even in this video, that Diddy was going to pay him $50 million to sleep with him or to like it. Anyways, a sign to tell us that they got someone is to wear a dress as a humiliation stunt. Oh wow, really? Is that why it looked like Busta was wearing a dress? Okay, I'm gonna let this play for a second because I have to go get a drink.
He's all about laying it bare, exposing what your fave celebs are up to behind the scenes. So, Katt Williams just threw the entertainment industry into chaos with some mind-blowing claims suggesting that Diddy and Kevin Hart might have been up to some shady business, especially in connection to the dramatic Usher saga. Despite the seemingly eternal friendship between Diddy and Kevin Hart, Katt is dropping hints that there could be more to their connection than what's on the surface. Hold up, though. We all know Diddy and Kevin have been ride or die forever, but according to Katt, their bromance might have some dark corners. He's dishing the deets that they could have been mixed up in some seriously messed up stuff, potentially playing a role in the whole Usher saga drama. Brace yourselves. It's about to get even crazier. Word on the street is that this power duo might have had a hand in Usher's alleged run-in with an STD. This jaw-dropping revelation has everyone raising their eyebrows, wondering what else Diddy's been cooking up over the years. Seriously, the tales about him are on a whole new level of insanity. Let's be clear, when Katt Williams spills the tea on celebs, he goes all in, no holding back. When he announced he was hitting up the Shay Shay podcast for an interview, we knew it was about to be an absolute roller coaster. And believe me, he did not disappoint.
All of these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be.
Katt just unleashed on Kevin Hart and Diddy, dropping the industry plant bomb. He didn't directly call out Kevin for shady dealings, but he threw major hints, making it clear that nothing in the industry comes easy.
In 15 years in Hollywood, no one in Hollywood has a memory of going to a sold-out Kevin Hart show, there being a line for him ever getting a standing ovation at any comedy club. He already had his deals when he got here. Have we heard of a comedian that came to LA and in his first year in LA, he had his own sitcom on network television and had his own movie called Soul Plane that he was leading? No, we've never heard of that before that person or since that.
So he's basically trying to say that Kevin Hart is doing something for Diddy in order to get certain type of favoritism. He's trying to say that Diddy. How did Diddy get his initial fame? Anyways, was he was that? I guess he was super famous at even 19 years old. Wow. How did he? I don't even know how Diddy got discovered, really. Him and Diddy got into it. Kevin said he'd never wear a dress, and he was in a dress.
Person. What do you think a plant?
Kevin initially brushed it off, claiming he was unbothered and wouldn't dignify it with a response. However, Kevin was clearly salty about it, calling Katt a clown who belonged in the circus.
Hey, Kev, you didn't say nothing to Katt Williams when he did a 3-hour interview talking slow yesterday. You didn't put a shot clock on him.
Do you entertain the circus or do you watch it, Kurt?
Look at that. That was uncomfortable. So he's, instead of like addressing what Katt Williams was saying, he's just going to call him a clown, basically.
So peep this. Everyone was half expecting Kevin to go off, especially after he sued Tasha K for spilling the tea on his supposed cheating adventures. The nerve, right? But ever since Katt unleashed these jaw-droppers, it's been crickets from Kevin's side. Katt's been calling out Hollywood's weird vibes for ages. When questioned about turning down roles, he revealed that he turned down fat $50 million offers 4 times because he wasn't willing to compromise.
Who gonna turn down $50 million? Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times. 4 times, just to protect my integrity.
But hold on, it gets wild. Katt also revealed that he straight up turned down a fat check from none other than Diddy himself.
Because P. Diddy be wanting to body. And you gotta tell him no. You got to tell him no. I did. I did. See, I got the receipts for everything I'm telling you. That's why I can say them so freely.
He even claims he's got the receipts to back it up. This bombshell was next level, considering the big bucks involved and the fact that he went head-to-head with Diddy, a big shot in the game. Diddy's got some explaining to do because Katt Williams just went all out, calling him out for acting all high and mighty, like he owns the whole planet with just one look. But Katt isn't the only one throwing shade at Diddy. Even 50 Cent, who's basically Diddy's biggest rival, spilled some tea a while back. Apparently, Diddy offered to take 50 Cent shopping, and 50 found that move kind of weird.
And he's like, yo, why don't we go shopping or some shit? I mean, I pay for it. And I was like, nigga, just say. I got the. That was like, Wait, this nigga just tell me he taking me shopping. And this is shit that goes on. So there's a little fruit pile.
That little fruit pile. Oh, wow. So I never knew that. I had no. This is. I never knew. I never heard this stuff about Diddy and stuff until recently, or maybe I did hear it, but when must I rather be broke like I'm rather sell my soul? Yeah. Cheated with a man. Is Kevin, is he Haitian? He looks kind of Haitian to me.
Nigga asked me, could he take me shopping? And I'm looking like, this nigga just said, I want to take you shopping. I got a bankroll out there. I want to take you shopping. Why? Because when you walk around looking so mother good, I'm going to feel like, God damn it, that with me. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. But when a nigga tell me you want to take me shopping, what the matter with this nigga?
So when Diddy got grilled in an interview about the whole 50 Cent shopping escapade, he straight up denied ever making such an offer. Classic Diddy move, right? He tried to play it cool, claiming he just wanted to help 50 Cent upgrade his wardrobe. One thing's for sure, he was definitely caught off guard with that question.
He said you did the same thing to him. You asked him to take him shopping. Yeah, I thought he needed some clothes. What? I'm a nice guy. Yo,
why are you in 50?
Hey, yo.
Why y'all not?
Hey, yo, I don't have no beat.
Your wife is going wonky. Don't buy Pop Jean. Watch Jaguar, Wright. Oh yeah, she's hilarious. Which one should I watch? Let's see.
If you want to learn how to edit really well from professional Hollywood editors, we're going to show you the stuff that nobody else is teaching. I'm talking
Footage of Bieber, Odell Beckham, and Trey Songz.
Yes.
Like, and Trey's like literally sitting there playing Lookout.
Playing Lookout is just.
Who is this Jaguar, Wright? Who is she? I've seen her since like. I remember her since like the 90s. But I can't, I've seen her around, but I just don't know exactly who she is.
Justin Bieber goes down on Odell.
And young men have left their house screaming to get away from them in their mentorship. Meek Mills.
Meek Mills.
Bashir Gray.
Y'all, Jaguar Wright just confirmed all our worst fears about Justin Bieber. In a recent interview with Storm Monroe, Jaguar spilled all the tea about how Diddy didn't stop at using Justin for his own pleasure. He allegedly also passed him off to his friends and allowed them to have their way with the poor young Justin. Justin Bieber has also been trending these last few weeks after the raid on Diddy's homes, and many disturbing videos of him have been circulating on the internet. It has led to new conversations surrounding Diddy's weird relationship with Justin. What's worse is that that, according to Jaguar, Diddy has done the same thing to many other up-and-coming male artists in the industry, including Meek Mill. Now, Meek Mill went into a frenzy on Twitter a couple of weeks ago, trying to prove he wasn't Diddy's boy toy, but it seems like the rumors were true after all. So, did Diddy really pass Justin around in the industry? And just how many other young men did he do the same thing to?
Hey, young brother, everything's good? That's selling out arenas and everything? Starting to act different, huh? You ain't been calling me and hanging out the way we used to hang out. Well, I mean,
So, Justin Bieber started trending.
You haven't been calling me and hanging out like we used to. Wow. So he got both both Bieber and Usher. And I guess this Meek Mill, I don't know if this Meek Mill guy was underage. I recognize the name, but both Bieber and Usher were underage staying with Diddy. I know, right, Michelle? He had a good run. Now it's time for him to... Odell Beckham? Rachel, is that Beckham? Is his parents David Beckham and Victoria? Yeah, my parents got money. The parents pimp out their kids. It's no different than selling your kids to a pedo and renting them out, like what I believe Don and Candace were doing. It's no different, but it's just a different class of people. Football player who's we're talking about, kind of. We're just talking about P. Diddy, and right now it's on Bieber and his relationship with Diddy and how he was probably groomed and taken advantage of and probably pimped out. Kim's sister. Oh, yeah. You mean Kourtney Kardashian? Yeah, she was like hanging out with Justin when he was really young, wasn't she? Haley is so pretty. She is so pretty. I usually don't think girls, like real thin girls like that, are attractive, but she's just, I don't know. It looks good for her. Like, I don't know. It just fits her, I guess. The Bodyguard was filming outside a door. Oh, I think it's on this, on the one of the videos I was showing earlier too, where his name Fat Joe like caught Diddy snuggled up to this like white gay dude. Some are saying she has a child by Justin. Well, but if you look at her, Kourtney's ex, Scott Disick, like he kind of has similar features to Justin Bieber in a way. Like, I mean, they're both like pretty boys.
trending sometime last year after Cassie's lawsuit dropped because the lawsuit opened the floodgates for many shady things about Diddy to begin coming to light. At the time, it kind of seemed like people were exaggerating just how messed up things must have been for Justin when he was around Diddy. But with everything that's come out now, girl, you gotta admit that there must have been something very creepy going on there. And Jaguar Wright had a lot to say about it in her recent interview with Strom Monroe. In the interview, Jaguar made reference to that disturbing footage of Justin Bieber hanging out with Odell Beckham and Trey Songz, where it looks like Justin is going down on Odell. Now, some fans have tried to play this off as Justin doing some of that Coca-Cola, which, you know, is terrible in itself because these are grown men encouraging a young brother into a drug-fueled lifestyle. But according to Jaguar, that wasn't no Coca-Cola at all. It was Justin doing to Odell exactly what we thought he was doing all along. And you just have to look at Justin's wet mouth at the end of the video to confirm it. And it looks like Justin may not have been doing it willingly because, according to Jaguar, Trey Songz was there as a lookout so nobody would catch on to what Odell was doing to Justin, and probably to avoid paparazzi getting a recording of the act.
And then I think about
that's horrible.
That really disturbing footage of Bieber, Odell Beckham, and Trey Songz.
Yes.
Like, and Trey's like literally sitting there playing lookout.
Playing lookout as Justin Bieber goes down on Odell.
The boy came up with his mouth wet.
Mouth wet?
Oh my gosh.
And if God can use a man without arms and legs to be his hands and feet to stand in front of the gate.
What?
Dribbling. Now, what they're going to try to say is, no, Justin Bieber was just doing a line of coke. No, he didn't mess with his nose when he came up.
He doing a line of coke with his mouth.
He wiped his mouth. When you do
his mouth was wet.
Oh
you do
my
this.
gosh, guys, that's crazy. Cam broke up with Adele. Adele. Who is this Odell? You say he's a football player? Cam who? Odell. Football wide receiver. Oh. Yeah, he looks like he could. So Kim Kardashian was dating him? Wow.
That's when you finish your line.
His
You wipe your mouth
mouth
when
was
you
wet. The post-nasal drip. That was seminal fluid.
It was Odell there.
It's just a sick situation. Jaguar then went on to talk about how Justin must have started going down this path from the moment he spent those 48 hours with Diddy. Now, that footage of Diddy promising to give Justin Bieber a Lamborghini and a house has caused a lot of controversy because it was taken during their supposed 48-hour staycation. But with everything that's come out about Diddy since then, girl, I can't even watch that video without shuddering at the thought of what Justin must have gone through in the name of Diddy's mentorship. And did y'all know Diddy actually gave Justin that Lamborghini? Yep, he did. Not 2 minutes after he got his driver's license, Justin was spotted cruising around town with a Lambo resembling the one Diddy promised him in that footage. So if Diddy didn't give it to him, well, that's one mighty coincidence. But what y'all need to ask yourselves is, why would Diddy give a random kid a car like that unprovoked? Well, a lot of people speculated that Diddy was just doing what any good sugar daddy would do, giving his boy expensive toys in exchange for getting that sugar. Now, we've seen all the horrible things Diddy allegedly did to Cassie from her lawsuit. We've also seen all the things Lil Rod claimed he did. So if word on the street is anything to go by, then it must have been 10 times worse for Justin because he was so young when it all started. I mean, just take a look at how bright and innocent Justin looked in that video. Now, put that side by side with how Justin looked less than a decade later. Yeah, they messed him up real good. But what's crazy is how people are only just clocking this tea now when the signs were there all along. I mean, look at how scared Justin was while talking to Diddy in this footage. My guy is literally fumbling his words because Diddy put him on the spot. Now, allegedly, the backstory of that footage is that Justin's team had deliberately kept him away from Diddy for a while because they believed Diddy was doing too much and causing Justin's mental and physical health to derail. That explains why things were so...
Well, we do know that Justin went off the deep end, that's for sure. Yeah, basically, she did. That's just so disappointing. Some people I mean, as far as a parent giving over their child, I figured like the parent would travel with them, you know? But the way they're making it seem, it's like, you know, Usher and Bieber were kind of there alone with Diddy, which is weird. My internet's not showing very good strength. Yeah, he was really young. He looks like a baby. Seriously. He's, what, 13 here or something? Is that what they said? Or 15? He's younger than my daughter. I feel bad. I really do feel bad for Justin Bieber. Like, not gonna lie.
So awkward between them when Diddy finally hunted him down, ready to pick up their shenanigans where they left off. Then there's this footage of Diddy appearing to pat Justin down to see if Justin was wearing any wires. And I don't know what Diddy whispered in his ear, but Justin ended the meeting with "love you." Another clue people missed is how Justin started getting into alcohol and substances after he started associating with Diddy. During Diddy's 2014 Cyrock party, Justin Bieber was spotted holding a bottle that looked like aqua hydrate, which is supposed to contain a clear liquid. But if you look closely at Justin's hand, the bottle he's holding contains a suspicious yellow liquid that could have been alcohol or really anything else. Years later, Justin talked about how that moment of his life was tough because he was hurting, unhappy, confused, angry, misled, misunderstood, and angry at God. So that tells you he was really going through it, even though it looked like he was having the time of his life at the peak of his career. Of course, y'all know Diddy was not the only cause of Justin Bieber's problems. He entered the industry very young and didn't have much guidance. So despite being young, he has been manipulated and objectified in every way you can think of. Mind you, it was adults doing this. From his fellow artists to interviewers and hosts, everyone wanted to get a chunk of Sweet JB, whether he was willing to give it up or not. Take Ellen DeGeneres, for example. She literally displayed this incredibly exposing paparazzi shot of Justin on her show and then asked him some weird questions about it.
Bungalow. Yeah. And you, because usually we're all pretty good at spotting paparazzi. Yeah. They hide in boats and pretend to be fishermen, and we're like, you're paparazzi. I mean, we're pretty good at it. How did you not see that there was paparazzi there?
Well, I just didn't see them. I think I wasn't really looking out for them either, so.
Was there a boat, after, when you think back on it now.
Was he a minor when she was doing this? Like, or,
can you see where they may have been?
Yeah, they're definitely in a boat. Yeah.
And how?
We've got an incredible show for you tonight.
Quickly after that was shot, did you realize that happened? Did that go on wire right away?
Yeah, it was pretty much like a couple days. It was like a couple days later, Scooter hit me. He was like, yo, I hate to tell you this, but.
In 2011, when Justin was 16, James Corden interviewed him for the 2011 Brit Awards, and he's just being a total weirdo around him.
Can I say this? Lean into me again. You smell amazing. How old are you?
Thank you.
How old are you?
I'm 16. I'll be 17 in like 2 weeks.
I don't ever remember smelling that good at 16. Like that was banned.
Wow. What a creep. Oh my God, guys. Can you imagine this stuff that this kid saw? Another sad story. Yeah, I know, Aaron. Oh my gosh. I used to watch his Instagram lives and I just knew, like, pretty sure he was a Pisces too, if I remember right, which makes sense. Just like Kurt Cobain was. Where's Juniper been, by the way? I haven't seen her around. She's the one that told me that Kurt Cobain's chart, show me his chart, and his whole chart is all water, which is all about emotion. So it makes sense, you know, that he struggled with depression so bad and, you know, ended up unaliving because, wow. So, yeah, that's creepy. Can you imagine what Justin was exposed to? Like, it hurt. Does his, and look at all, I mean, Did his parents, like, were they around?
Wow, look at your eyes. What music are you listening to at the moment, Justin?
Barely a year later, Justin was at the 2012 AMAs with Jenny McCarthy, and just look at what she was doing. Mind you, Justin was barely 18 here, and Jenny was 40 years old, and he basically had to pry her off himself. He was so uncomfortable that when he started to give his acceptance speech, he first said, "Wow, I feel so violated right now."
I feel violated right now. Wow.
In another clip, an interviewer was asking 15-year-old Justin about the talk, and he even had to call them out on it because why are you asking a 15-year-old stranger that type of question?
Okay. So why don't you give me? I feel uncomfortable right now. Oh. Why do you want to know from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird.
And here's Katy Perry just straight up feeling Justin up.
Who was that was asking him that? Wait, who said this to him?
In another clip, an interviewer was asking 15-year-old Justin about the talk, and he even had to call them out on it because why are you asking a 15-year-old stranger that type of question?
Okay. So why don't you give me? I feel uncomfortable right now. Oh. Why do you want to know from a 15-year-old boy? That's pretty weird.
And here's Katy Perry just straight up feeling Justin up.
Who apparently wanted to know what a Bieber butt felt like.
Child, Justin Bieber has definitely been through a lot in the industry, and the fact that he even had the strength to pull through the dark times is nothing short of a miracle. It's crazy that while all this was happening, the people who should have been there to protect to him, aka Usher and Diddy, were doing the exact opposite. Imagine that.
Well,
okay, for context,
Usher was put in the same situation as Bieber was, but he's definitely older than Bieber because by at least 10 years. You think Kurt was taken out too? I used to love, what was that show that Jenny McCarthy did? Where I used to think she was so pretty. Especially back in that day when she did that dating show or whatever. Do you guys remember that? But that was weird how she, the thing is, if a man did what Jenny McCarthy did to an 18-year-old girl, that would have been a major problem, right? You have to think that way that, if it's not okay for a man to do it, then it shouldn't be okay for a woman to do it either. I mean, I think people would be pretty freaked out if a 40-year-old man just started grabbing some freshly 18-year-old girl, brand new artist, new to the industry, newly famous, and they're just filling the girl up, thinking it's funny.
Usher strolled into Justin's life almost as soon as Justin arrived in Atlanta with Scooter Braun. He was just 13 at the time. According to Justin's mother, Patty Mallett, she prayed really hard for Justin to encounter good people in the industry who would treat her son right. When Usher and Scooter Braun came around, she thought they would be the answers to her prayer, but she couldn't have known at the time that they would be the opposite. Usher took Justin under his wing as a mentor, even appointing his friend Ryan Good to act as Justin's swagger coach and road manager. According to Patty, that's when she started losing control of her son. Justin was just a young boy coming from a humble background, and all of a sudden, he was one of the most famous people in the world, and he had made more money than anyone in his family had ever touched. Patty said Justin needed someone to ground him amid all that, but unfortunately, she couldn't do it because she didn't have access to him when he went on tours. As much as we like to blame the parents of some child stars for exposing their children to Hollyweird sometimes, they're actually no match for the vultures and the wolves in the industry. Fast forward a few years, and Usher had already introduced Justin to Diddy, and that would be the beginning of Justin's decline into the deep dark. If word on the street is anything
in general, my style is about leaving in the crumbs.
I was trying to watch Jaguar,
but
Wright,
sometimes
though.
there's little things
This
that should.
isn't
to go by, then Diddy didn't waste any time in making Justin his boy toy under the guise of mentorship, just like he did with Usher. We all heard Diddy say he got legal guardianship of Usher when he was producing his first album. And what did he do in his duty as a so-called legal guardian? Well, he exposed Usher to the adult lifestyle. Usher talked about his experience living with Diddy for the Puffy Flavor camp.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
No, here's the.
I can't wait. I can't wait for everybody to find out what's really been going on in the background.
Real life.
It ain't real life. You know, Cassie.
Is she?
I love Cassie. Sorry, I'm reading a message here. But Cassie, Cassie is the one that left Diddy recently, his ex-wife. But Kim Porter, how did she pass away? What, that was his ex-wife before Cassie, right? So I want to look into that. I know that whole video of where Diddy just flung her around and stuff like a rag doll and like drop kicked her. He's horrible. He's disgusting. And you can tell the dude's gay, like when he talks. Like, I can't believe I've never seen the guy really talk before, really paying attention to. I mean, I used to listen to his music and stuff, which I've been live. I look up and I've been live an hour and 11 minutes. But anyways, yeah, he hurt Cassie bad. You think Jay-Z was involved with that? Did he ruin her career? I love that Me and You song. And just thought she was so pretty.
Dear?
And I will say
always
this.
like bringing up old shit.
No, we're gonna bring up old. We're gonna bring up current shit, and we're gonna talk about some new. But we do have Jaguar Wright back on the couch, which she made famous, the blue couch.
Yeah.
Well, nobody really sang the blue couch until Jaguar Wright started saying it was the light wall at first. Then Jaguar saying like, no, that's the blue couch. And the iPhone made it, they made an emoji, man. Shout out Steve.
How wild is that?
Creating content shouldn't be this complicated. And with Riverside, it's
online with a knife and sent the police to my door. And
that's what's that you're showing? That's a
these are the police cards.
Oh wow.
Of my address that was doxxed by Patrice Garner, Chatty Patty.
Wow.
For a bunch of crazy motherfuckers to come to where I live.
Who is that?
Y'all cute.
Another one. Oh.
And another one.
Oh wow. Okay. So address out there, police looking for you.
Phone number doxxed by last YouTube boyfriend. I had a YouTube girlfriend and a YouTube boyfriend. I don't know why they always send the stupid ones. I keep telling them, don't send a stupid mother to do a smart mother's job.
That's real. That's real. And this is about to be a great conversation because when you say YouTube boyfriend and girlfriends.
Yeah, YouTube has been sending me people.
Yeah, we didn't even get
ever since they had to keep my husband quiet because, once he gets arrested for blowing up the car, he's going to have no choice but to snitch on how YouTube paid him to betray his wife and, make sure his wife went to jail so that they could poison her to death.
What is she talking about? What the heck is she talking about YouTube? And she's sending.
We're gonna circle right back to that. Jeez Louise. Oh my God. So when you said the day of the raid, you're talking about the raid on both Miami and California
and New York simultaneously.
Wait, New York was
the New York house was raided as well.
Oh wow, that didn't even. Yeah, they didn't even really.
3 states working in tandem, and they did not tell the officers who they were raiding. They went in tactical as they were instructed to. They didn't know they was raiding Diddy's house. The higher ups didn't tell anybody because they knew, with Diddy being a Fed informant, that he had people in the force and they wanted to make sure that went through legit. So they ain't tell nobody whose houses they was going to.
That's why you see the guns.
The cops didn't know that it was Diddy's house over there in Beverly Hills around the corner from the Playboy Mansion. They didn't know until they seen the kids.
So what are your thoughts on the show of force, even not knowing?
They did their job. He's a sex worker. He's got guns and he's got semen-coated fucking VHS tapes. I would have went in a hazmat suit.
So let me ask you this. When you first told us about your thoughts and you honeycombs is what you
Yeah, the honeycomb. Shout out to Jamil Peterson. He's added a new one. He called him the Diddy Glover now. Because when he ain't got the Beijing and he say he look like Danny Glover.
Oh, man.
So he's AKA Diddy Glover now. Shout out to Jamil Peterson, I Am Comedy.
So I want to stay right here. We're going to stay within this pocket, but I'm just curious. What did you know that was going on in the world of Diddy, Puff Daddy, P. Diddy, that the world didn't know? What did you know back then, 3-4 years ago?
Come forward.
So how'd you know? What'd you know about what Katt? Because
I wish I could explain.
Yeah,
but if I explain how I knew Cassie was gonna come forward, that could hurt some people. Which is why the last time I sat on this blue couch, I said what I said. Congratulations, young Miami. Run as fast as Cassie did.
You did say that. That was a bar.
You said it.
Did you see something being around Cassie? Did you see anything being around?
I don't spend time around Cassie, and I haven't seen Cassie in person since she was with Ryan Leslie.
Was there something in her eyes that you saw? The way, like now
I'm gonna put it to you this way: there are mutual acquaintances between her and I, and that's as far as I can go.
Okay.
I don't talk to her, but
so is this woman supposed to be a singer? Let me read what it says that she is real quick. Jaguar, right? Yeah, it says American singer. Trying to see if I recognize any of these songs. So she must have worked with a lot of these people back in the day, huh? That must be how. So that's how she has, how she's a little bit on the, knows a little bit, is because probably, being at these parties and stuff, my guess. She has a song with Jay-Z.
Speak to her.
Did you get a chance to see her indictment, what she claimed happened?
Oh, no, I reviewed all the files, and everything that she said is everything that I said with Storm Monroe 3.5 years ago. Exactly what I said it was.
Were you surprised about anything that came in?
No.
Wow. So
nobody else should have been either. Young Jock. You Diddy doo-wop bop.
Diddy do wop bop, bitch.
You. Because you told the truth, Jock. And then after Diddy called you, you went back and tried to clean it up. But your all about is off the Stevie J's.
Hi, we're Visible. Get set to travel this summer with a wireless plan that'll keep you connected on the go. All on a one line.
Diddy do wop bop.
Do you feel like that's the reason why this beef, but that Stevie J stands where he stands between the beef with 50 Cent and Diddy?
I don't know where Stevie J stands. I only know Stevie J sitting on a drum set or fuck. I don't know where he stands.
Man.
And I know what done stood up to him. Take that.
So wait, so when you heard
Bitch, I can't stand these like for
Oh,
real,
my
like
God.
I'm just tired. Let's keep it a beam. All these
Listen, you're having to bleep her out because she's saying so loud. She didn't want to be controlled, given drugs, and wear slutty clothes, so they pushed her out of the industry. Wow. Jay-Z Unplugged. She was on that one, like one of his most famous albums. Isn't that with Big Pimpin' and stuff?
You not even gaming because you won't claim it. No, you want to sit around and pretend to like bitch. That's what y'all do. And then you get these hard Jocelyn.
so I'm just
Like
curious.
these are the you like half man. No disrespect, but Jocelyn rough.
Them shoulders is
And the way she like running up on, I already know she done strapped up on you.
ooh.
She comes up with some very strong claims. She's talking about Stevie J right now and Jocelyn. I know who that is just because of Love and Hip Hop. So yeah, did you that song? I love the song by Jay-Z or Beyonce and Jay-Z, "Drunken Love." I love it, but if you watch the video, like she is so messed up out of her mind. It's crazy. She looks like she's like heavily sedated or something.
So, Jag, let me ask you. There's one some of the shocking things
I hear
we
that
heard.
mean with a harness.
Oh. Okay, not a harness.
Yeah.
So I gotta ask you this. I'm sure somebody's already asked you this, but have you ever been to a P. Diddy party?
Yeah, several, many, honestly.
And so can you take us through like what goes on, like when you were there?
What did I say when y'all asked me about why was the TD Jakes at the Diddy party?
Yeah.
What'd I say? Money and sex.
That's correct. Were you surprised that there were so many cameras in his houses?
No.
That he was recording these?
He is the J. Edgar Hoover of hip hop.
Okay.
Y'all done seen him put on the pyramid with a skirt?
So let me ask you, when you hear that Cassie was told to hire male escorts to come in what they call freak-offs now.
Yeah.
Is that something normal that happens in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Freak-offs.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's a freak-off?
Everybody know that. I've been saying it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many times I got some things is wild.
So do you feel like people, when they hear pink cocaine, Young Miami has to bring across?
Wait, the Tusi.
Yeah, the Tusi. That's what they call.
I found out. I talked to my drug guy because I wanted to be informed. Because people was calling it Tusi, that's calling it the Tunchi. I didn't know which one it was.
Is this a pink drug? The only pink drug I've ever seen is ketamine. sometimes it was pink. As far as like drug. But that would definitely sedate, but it only lasts a very short time. Did they have a baby? Well, she's pregnant.
So I talked to my drug guy, and my drug guy filled me in. And then it made perfect sense. Tusi.
Talk to him.
Drugs with Jaguar.
Let's talk.
Drugs education.
101.
So Tusi is the cocaine.
Okay.
But they take the
ketamine
and cook it up. And they fold it into the coke.
Oh.
Now, if you don't know what ketamine is what they call on the street special
K.
I need to talk to you about Taylor brands. I wish I had something like this when I was creating my first business because they're the ultimate business build.
Special K. It's a veterinary drug. It's a horse tranquilizer. Now, gay men have been using this for years. See, back in the day, if you went to a gay party or a gay rave, there were certain drugs that you were always
ketamine was always there. Like that was one of back in my party days. When I was in the rave scene, when I was like 18, 19, 20, ecstasy and that raves were really, really popular, and ketamine was around. I haven't seen ketamine since I was like probably 22 years old or something. But sometimes when it cooks up, it is like a pink flaky color. But the buzz by itself is very, very, very short lasting. They used to say it was like the safest drug in a way because it was just so short lasting, but it also had a reputation for being used to kind of like the date R drug in a way, but I don't know how. It's really, really short acting. Who's married? Oh, yeah. Haley and Jess.
Mind on hand. Viagra, ecstasy, Special K, and cocaine. Now, see, the cocaine keep you up all night, but unfortunately, it gives you limp noodle because of what the blood flow is. So you want to fuck with a half-hard dick all night. So that's why you had the Viagra to make sure that the dick involuntarily stays hard while you're numbing your fucking self with the coke. Now, see, the ketamine, that's a horse tranquilizer. So that relaxes all your muscles. You could get fucked by 80 fucking ton gorillas. You wouldn't feel a thing. So now your dick is gonna stay hard. You numbed up and you high. You got the ketamine in you so you don't feel shit. And then you add the ecstasy to put in the feeling that you've now blocked out. And now you got a party.
Freak off cocktail.
Yeah. So now
didn't she used to be really bad on drugs or something? Wasn't she really bad off on drugs? Huh. I was just reading do you may know that Tim Mullen's friend 3 days after Summer went missing is my friend received at the last moments right before he was about at the last minute, he received a liver, and that was like 3 days after Summer went missing. I don't know if that's relevant. I was just reading that. Somebody sent that to me. Food, sex, night, orgies, anything goes. Yeah, it seems like.
The Tusi They done skipped. They done skipped all the steps. They condensed it. So you got the cocaine in there, and then you got the ketamine in there, and they say that some of the dealers add the ecstasy in there. Now the Viagra, you still got to take that solo. But with the Tipsy, you got all of that. The gay cocktail, off cocktail, in the one thing.
Oh my God!
And the reason why it's pink is because they put the food coloring in it. They think he said he think they got it from the Breaking Bad. You remember how they was making the map, and they made it a special color. So they done that with the Tootsie.
Wow.
Well, no, ketamine too can cook up a light pink, but I don't know what color this Tootsie is. She didn't used to do drugs back in the day. Shouted that, nobody listened. What was that? Getting a kidney is bad. What's that mean? Lovely lyrics. It was about not a kidney, it was a liver. And we were just talking about Tim Mullins, Don Wells' buddy. Somebody showed me a post where he posted on Facebook that it was like June 18th of 2021, and he was talking about how happy he was that his friend had received he was almost out of time for receiving a liver, and then at the last moment he was quickly taken to Vanderbilt surgery and received one. So I don't know. Somebody just found that interesting. I don't know if that really means anything. I don't know.
Food coloring.
You think that?
As if you need more. When did high not get high enough? Like, I'm trying to understand.
Yeah, to the point where you have to fly it across. Like, I need that here tonight. Can you get that here? Like, no.
I need that here. You got.
Did you take him out? Shut the door.
Powerful drugs.
Under my back.
And food coloring.
Why? He's sitting there crying.
Shit. Okay.
You are numb. You are wired. You pop that Viagra. You a machine. You anything. You a brick wall wouldn't even feel it.
I'm sure there's footage of that.
Like true rap. Like that right there is like.
Oh, really, Lisa?
That's like.
Well, this is all interesting, but it's 1:11. Oh, shit. So I guess, okay. So you remember that, Lisa, about Tim? I guess the person, so it's not like I guess the liver recipient was actually a 5-year-old. Is that true? When he was 5 or so, he would show up at the house. Now I can think of some reason why I don't know what that. A child needing one. That's interesting. Huh. All right, guys. I'm going to get off here for now, but I know some of you guys wanted, I know not, this is everybody's like, I think it's interesting. Thank you for recommending listening to this lady. I'm going to finish listening to her probably like while I go take my dog out and stuff and lay down to go to bed. So I'm not sure. I'm just learning of this lovely lyrics. So, all right, guys. Good night. We'll talk tomorrow, okay? Everybody have a good night. Organ trafficking. Oh, really, Renee? Interesting. All right, guys. Good night.